Hello students, my name is Ritesh Yadav. I am assistant professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So in this lecture, I will discuss source transformation method, then some numerical problems based on the source transformation method. Then we will see nodal analysis. After that, we will see numerical problems on nodal analysis. So first, let's see what is source transformation and where you can use this source transformation in the numerical problem. So this is the given. Actually, in the source transformation, you can transfer the voltage source into current source, or you can transfer this current source into voltage source. Okay. So let's see the relation between the voltage V and current I and this internal resistance RV. So this RV is the internal resistance of this voltage source, and this Ri is the internal resistance of this current source. Okay. So we will see the relation between V and I and RV and Ri. So assume that a load resistance RL is connected across this terminal XY. Similarly, the same load resistance is connected across terminal XY. So this is RL. Okay. So this load is same. So load current will be same. Suppose this is ILV, which is the current through this load resistance RL, and in this case this is the load resistance. Okay. So first calculate this load resistance value in this circuit, then we will calculate this load resistance load current value in this circuit. So ILV, just use the current division, voltage division rule. So ILV, which is equal to input supply voltage V divided by RV plus, this is the capital RL okay. Then you can use current division rule here. So you can find out ILI, which is equal to current I, this is the total input current, then multiply this total current with this value Ri, then divide this whole value with Ri plus RL. In both the network, the load resistance is equal. So this load current value will be same. So you can write ILV, which is equal to ILI. Okay. Now you can put this value and this value here. So you will get V divided by this is RV. This is RV. RV plus RL, which is equal to I into Ri divided by Ri plus capital RL. Suppose this is equation number 1. Okay. Now again assume that this terminal X and Y is open circuit in both the network. In that case, you have to find out terminal voltage VXY in both network. So in this case, the terminal voltage VXY will be equal to V, because this is open circuit, no current will flow in this circuit. So voltage drop across the resistance will be 0. So same voltage will appear across this terminal. Similarly, you can write VXY across this terminal. So here VXY will be equal to I into Ri. Okay, because the voltage drop across this resistance Ri will be equal to Vxy. Okay, so this V will be equal to I into Ri. So this is the equation 2. Now put this equation 2 value in equation 1. Okay. So you can write V divided by Rv plus RL, which is equal to, so at the place of I into Ri you can put V divided by Ri plus RL. So this will cancel out. So you can write Rv plus RL, which is equal to Ri plus capital RL. So this will cancel out. So small Rv, which is equal to small Ri. It means when you are transferring this voltage source into current source, or this current source into voltage source, this value Rv and Ri will be same. Okay. Suppose if this voltage source is given and Rv is the internal resistance, and you are transferring this voltage source into current source, so this current source value will be equal to V by Rv, and this Ri will be equal to Rv. Okay. So we will see with the help of some example. So this is the example number 1. So find the current through 7.5 kilo ohm resistance in the given circuit by using source transformation. So in this circuit you can see this is 2 milliampere current source, and this is the resistance which is connected in parallel with this current source, and this is the voltage source. Okay. So you can transfer this voltage source into current source. So what will be the value of current source? So first draw the network. So this is 2 milliampere current, repeat. So let's see this example. Find the current through 7.5 kilo ohm in the given network by source transformation. So in this network you can transfer this voltage source into current source, or you can transfer this current source into voltage source. But in this network you cannot transfer this current source, because you have to find out this 7.5 kilo ohm current, sorry, the current through 7.5 kilo ohm resistance. Okay. So just convert this 20 volt voltage source into current source. So okay, so this is the 2 milliampere current, and this is the 7.5 kilo ohm resistance, and this is the I through 7.5 kilo ohm resistance. Now transfer this voltage source into current source. So what will be the value of this current source, and what will be the direction? Actually this is the polarity, which in clockwise direction you can say. So current direction will be upward. So this value will be 20 divided by 5, which is equal to 4 ampere. Sorry, 4 milliampere, because this value in kilo ohm. This value will be in milliampere, and this is 5 kilo ohm. Okay. Now this is the 4 ampere current, 4 milliampere, and this is the 2 milliampere current. Both current are in the same direction, so you can combine these two current. Okay. So you can draw the network like this. So this value is 5 kilo ohm, and this value is 7.5 kilo. Okay, now see, this is 4 milliampere current and this is 2 milliampere current. Both are in the same direction, so you can combine these two current, so the equivalent will be 6 milliampere. This is current I and this is 5 kilo ohm and this is 6 milliampere. Now you can calculate this current I by using current division rule. So this current I through 7.5 kilo ohm resistance, which will be equal to, so multiply this current value 6 into 10 raised to power minus 3 with this resistance value 5 into 10 raised to power 3, divide by this resistance plus this resistance, 5 into 10 raised to power 3 plus 7.5 into, so this will cancel out. So after calculating this value you will get I. So this I is equal to 2.4 milliampere. So this way you can find out this current value by using source transformation method. Let's see another example. So in this problem you have to find out the current I through 1 kilo ohm resistance, but I have already told you that you cannot transfer the source through which you are calculating the current or voltage. So note, you can see you cannot transfer the component for which you are trying to find out the voltage and current. So again, in this network you cannot transfer this voltage source. So here you can transfer this current source. So after transferring this current source into voltage source, the network will be like this. So this is the voltage source plus minus 40 volt, and this is the 1 kilo ohm resistance, and this is 1 kilo ohm. Okay, and here you have to find out current I, and this value will be equal to 15 divided by 1 kilo ohm, 15 volt. Okay, now you can find out this current I. So this current will flow from the higher potential to lower potential. So this is the direction. So 40 minus 15 divided by total resistance 1 plus 1. So this will be 25 divided by 2. So this will be 12.5 milliampere, because this value in kilo. Okay, so the current will be in milliamp. Now find the voltage across 8 ohm resistance. So again you can use source transformation method. So here you can see you can transfer this voltage source into current source. So after transferring this voltage source into current source, you will get network like this. So there will be a voltage, current source, and this resistance 20 ohm, and this direction will be current source will be like this, and this value will be 120 divided by 20, that is 6 ampere. Then again you can transfer this voltage source into current source. So direction will be downward. This resistance will be 5 ohm and this current will be 12 ampere, because 60 divided by 5, that will give 12 ampere. Now you can connect here the remaining component. So this is the 36 ampere current. Now you can connect 6 ohm resistance here. then you can connect here 1.6 ohm resistance and this 8 ohm resistance, and here you have to find out this voltage V. Okay, so this voltage, sorry, this current source, this current source and this current source you can combine. So after combining this 3 current source, you will get the equivalent current source, and this value will be 6 minus 12 plus 36. 6 minus 12 plus 36. So this will give 30 ampere, and direction will be upward, because this plus 6 is upward direction, this is in downward direction, you can see here, and this is upward direction. So this is 30 ampere. Then you can connect here resistance. So you can combine 20 ohm, 5 ohm, 36 ohm. So after combining, so this 20 ohm is in parallel with, so this will be R equivalent. Suppose this is IS equivalent. Okay, so R equivalent, this 20 ohm, 5 ohm and 6 ohm are in parallel. So 20 into 20 parallel with 5, and this is parallel with 6. Okay, so 20 into 5, 100 divided by 25. So this will be 4. This will be parallel with 6. So 4 again parallel with 6. So this will give 24 divided by 10. So this is 2.4 ohm. So this value will be 2.4 ohm. Now connect the remaining element. So this is 1.6 ohm and this is 8 ohm. Okay. Now again you can convert this current source into voltage source. Okay. So this will be the resistance and this will be voltage source, and here this is 1.6 and this is 8 ohm resistance. So this is 1.6 ohm, this is 8 ohm, and here you have to find out this voltage V. Okay. Now calculate this voltage value. 30, 2.5. So V is equal to I into R. So V is equal to I into R. I is 30, R is 2.4. So you can calculate. So this will be 72 volts. So this value will be 72 volt, and this value will be 2.4 ohm. Now you can find out this voltage by using voltage division rule. Okay, so those voltage V, which is equal to total input supply voltage, that is 72, divided by total resistance 2.4 plus 1.6 plus 8, then multiply. So this will give the current value. Okay, when you will multiply this current value with 8 ohm resistance, you will get the voltage drop across this 8 ohm resistance. So you can write 72 divided by 2.4 plus 1.6 plus 8. So this will be 12. Okay, so this will be 48 volt. So R equivalent is the voltage, sorry, resistance, this one, and 48 volt is the this voltage. So this way you can use the source transformation in any network problem. So next topic is nodal analysis. So this nodal analysis basically used to solve any network by using KCL equation. So this nodal analysis is based on the KCL equation. Okay, and the KCL equation is, you can write at the node. So what is node? The common point where 2 or more than 2 elements are connected. Okay, so there are 2 type of node, simple node and principal node. When 2 elements are connected at a node, that node is known as simple node. Okay, suppose this is the resistance. Suppose this is resistance R1 and this is resistance R2. Okay, resistance R1 and resistance R2. Okay, these two resistors are connected at this point. So this point is known as simple node. Okay, simple node. Next is principal node. So when more than two elements are connected at a point, so that point is known as principal node. Okay, principal node. So at simple node, the current division rule does not take place. Okay, because the current will not divide at the simple node. But at the principal node, you can use current division rule. Okay. Next, procedure. So what is the procedure for the nodal analysis? First, you have to identify the number of nodes in the given network. Then, assign the voltage at each node and also select a reference node. So, at reference node, the voltage will be 0. Okay. Next is write the KCL equation at each non-reference node. Okay. Then solve the KCL equation to get the node voltage. So we will understand this procedure with the help of an example. First, see some important point. The number of equations required to solve any network, that is n minus 1. N is the total number of nodes in the given network. Then this nodal analysis is applicable for both planar and non-planar network. And the third point, which is important, if a voltage source is connected between two non-reference nodes, okay, so you can combine these two nodes as a super node. So in this network, you can see this node 1 and node 2 are connected through this voltage source directly. There is no resistance between the node 1 and 2. Okay, so you can combine these two nodes as a super node. So let's see example number 1. In this circuit configuration, obtain the circuit element, node and junction point. So you can see here, this is the one element, this is second, this is third, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9, this is 10, this is 11 and this is 12. So total number of circuit element 12. Then you can nodes. So nodes means when at a point where two elements are connected. So first point, second point, third point, because at this point this voltage source and this resistance are connected. Then fourth point, fifth point, sixth point, 7th point, 8th point, 9th point, 10th point. The total 10 points are there. So 10 nodes. Then junction. Junction is the point at which more than two elements are connected. So this at this point you can see more than two elements are connected. At this point again more than two elements are connected, you can see. Then this point. So total number of junction points are 3. Okay. So this is the example. Next example, using nodal analysis, find the current through 10 ohm resistance in the given circuit. Okay. So what is the procedure? First you have to identify the number of nodes. So in the given network, you can see this is the reference node. Okay, this is reference node. At reference node, the voltage will be 0, and non-reference node, this one. There is only one non-reference node. Suppose this is the voltage V at this node, and you can write this is the node number 1. Now apply the KCL at this node. So write the KCL at node 1. So you know current always flow from the higher potential to lower potential. So this is the high potential, assume that, and assume that this voltage is less than this voltage. Okay. So this current will flow like this. Suppose this is the current I1. Okay. This is voltage V and this is the zero voltage. So the current will flow like this. Suppose this is the current I2. Similarly, through this resistance, current is I3, and through this resistance, current is I4. What is the statement of KCL? At a node, incoming current should be equal to outgoing current. So what is the incoming current at this node? I1. So I1 is the incoming current, which is equal to outgoing current. So I2, I3 and I4 are the outgoing current. So I2 plus I3 plus I4 are the outgoing current. So you can write I1 is 50 minus V divided by 20. This will give I1 value. So 50 minus V divided by 20, which is equal to I2. What will be the value of I2? V divided by 100 ohm. V divided by 100 ohm. Then I3, V divided by 120 ohm. Then plus I4. So I4 will be V minus 20 divided by 30 ohm. V minus 20 divided by 30. Okay. So after solving this equation, you will get the node voltage. So what will be the node voltage? 31.147. So you just take the LCM and solve this equation. So you will get this voltage V is equal to 31.147. Okay. So here the voltage is 31.147. Now you have the voltage at this node. Now you can find current through 20 ohm, current through 100 ohm, 120 ohm and 30 ohm. But in the question, you can see find the current through 100 ohm resistance. So you can find the current through 100 ohm resistance. So current I2, this is the current I2, that is equal to V2 divided by, sorry, V, that is V only, not V2. V divided by 100. What is the value of V? 31.147 divided by 100. This value will be 0.31147 ampere, or you can write 311.147 milliampere. So this way you can find this current through 100 ohm resistance by using nodal analysis method. So in this problem you can see 6 volt resistance is 6 volt voltage source is connected between node 1 and node 2, and assume that this is node 3. Okay. So in this example, just using nodal analysis, find the node voltage V3 and current through resistance R2, this resistance R2. So again, actually this is an important question, because here this 6 volt voltage source is connected between node 1 and 2, there is no resistance. So how you can write this KCL equation at this node V1, at node 1 or at node 2? Okay, so you can combine these two nodes as a super node. Okay. So you just write the KCL equation at this node, at node 3, okay, and write the KCL equation at node 1. There is no need to write the KCL equation at node 2, because this node 1 at node 2 are connected through this voltage source. Okay, so if you will get the V1 value, you can directly calculate V2, because V1, you just apply the KVL here from this point to this point. So V1 plus 6 minus V2, which is equal to 0. Suppose this is equation number 1. Okay, now write the KCL equation at node 3. Okay, so write KCL equation at node 3. So here you can see this 4 ampere is the incoming current and 2 ampere is the outgoing current, and the current through R3 resistance will be V3 minus V2 divided by 0.5 ohm resistance. So you can write incoming, what is the incoming current? 4 ampere. And what is the outgoing current? 2 ampere. So incoming current will be equal to outgoing current 4 ampere, which is equal to 2 plus V3 minus V2 divided by 0.5. So you just solve this equation. So 2, which is equal to V3 minus V2 divided by 0.5. So from here you will get V3 minus V2, which is equal to 1. After multiplying this 2 with 0.5, you will get 1. Suppose this is equation number 2. Now write the KCL at node 1. So KCL at node 1. Okay, suppose this is 2 ampere current and one current will go this side, assume, and one current will go this side. So this current will again divide into two parts, this way and this way. Okay, so this is 2 ampere current and this current will be V1 by 0.5, and this current will be sum of this current and this current. So what will be the value of this current? V2 divided by 0.5, and what will be the value of this current? V2 minus V3 divided by 0.5. So just apply the KCL at this node, at node 1. So incoming current is 2 ampere, which is equal to outgoing current. So V1 divided by 0.5 plus this current, this one, V2 divided by 0.5 plus V2 minus V3 divided by 0.5. Now solve this equation. So just again multiply, cross multiply. So 1, which is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V2 minus V3. So again you can write 1, which is equal to V1 plus 2V2 minus V3. Just see, in equation number 2, there is two variable V3 and V2. So you can replace this V1, this variable, by using this equation. So at the place of V1, you can write V2 minus 6. So here you can write V2 minus 6 plus 2v2 minus v3. Okay, so after solving this equation, you will get 3v2 minus v3, which is equal to 1. Suppose this is equation number 3. So after solving equation number 1, 2 and 3, you will get this value. V1 is equal to minus 2 volt, V2 is equal to 4 volt and V3 is equal to 5 volt. Okay. Just see here, V3 minus V2 is equal to 1. Okay, you just write here V3 minus V2, that is equal to 1, I think. Okay, 1. And here you can write, so this is V3. You have to find out V3. Okay, so you just multiply this equation with 3. Multiply this equation with 3. So you will get 3v3 minus 3v2, that is equal to 3. Okay, now you have 3v2 minus v3, this is plus, that is equal to 1. Solve this equation. So you will get 2v2, that is equal to 4 v3. So v3 is equal to 5. One minute. There is some calculation problem, I think. You have V3 minus V2, that is equal to 1. So you write minus V3 plus 3V2, that is equal to 1. So this will be, what is the value of V2? 4 volt. Sorry, this is 7, minus 6, 1, so this will be 7. Okay, so just write here 3v2, 7, so this will be 2v2, that is equal to 8, so v2 will be equal to 4 volt. Okay, you can see here v2 is equal to 4 volt. So just put this value v2 is equal to 4 volt here, so you will get 3 into 4 minus v3 equal to 7. So from here you will get v3, which is equal to 5 volt. So v3 is 5 volt and v2 is 4 volt. Now you can calculate I current. So I is equal to this current through this resistance R2. So v2 is 4 divided by 0.5. So I is equal to 8 ampere. So this way you can find out the node voltage and node current. Okay, 8 ampere current here you can see. So this way you can find current. So this is all about for today lecture. Thank you.